Hi, everybody. This is Nate, and welcome Helen, my co-host for Heroes and Villains. How are you, Helen?
Fine, thanks. Thanks, Nate. Thanks for inviting me.
You're
I'm
so welcome.
fortunate that my schedule was free today and I could fit you in.
I'm honored. I'm
Oh, you
honored.
should be. No, thank you.
Before we get started, I believe today I wanted to talk about something real quick. I believe today is National or International Day to discuss, violences against women.
Well,
And
be
so
careful how you discuss it on YouTube because even those words get you in trouble.
okay. So, but I still wanted to mention it.
Mhm.
But we all know, obviously, how serious and scary and tragic this whole thing is. But I wanted to kind of bring a little bit of an awareness because I was not aware, and it's something that I saw on TV yesterday that was kind of an interesting aspect of this issue. And it has to deal with economic manipulation against
Mhm.
women.
Yeah, it's always a
And there were,
factor.
yes, and it was interesting statistics. They were for France or Europe, not US, but one can extrapolate that maybe it's similar. I don't know. But for the record, it was more about European because I was
Mhm.
watching that on European TV. Um, if I remember well, 25 to 35% of women were challenged because they didn't have access to money,
Mhm.
not having a bank account, not having a credit card, having a paycheck taken away from them.
Mhm.
And what was very interesting is when you're looking at the age group, it was in the 18 to 25 years old that this was the most predominant. And so I'm just bringing it up because today is that day and that there's discussions about it, but the economic factor is a way to manipulate, abuse, control someone. And we don't always think, I mean, I knew this was a factor, but to see how much of that is being used was very, very shocking and interesting. And I think we need to bring the awareness. That's why I wanted to mention it today.
Well, a lot of these issues are interconnected.
Yes.
So women are trapped
Yeah.
in a situation of no financial options. They have no money to go anywhere.
Yes.
You know, if you remove yourself from a situation, you need someplace else to live. So
Yes.
you need first and last and deposit and start utilities and
Yes.
and then in a month you get found and you have to move again. That's why they started a lot of these safe houses for women because
Yeah.
they don't have options, they don't have money.
No.
But another way that's associated with financial control is keep you pregnant, keep you with small children.
Yeah.
Then you really have no
No
financial
way to
choices.
go.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
How do you feel like this was mostly? I was a bit surprised that it's the younger generation that were the most.
I'm not surprised because young men are very much these days, and it's getting worse, indoctrinated into misogyny, and it's all coming from the internet. And for example, you hear this a lot. Young guys, they don't date. They don't want to go out. They don't want to spend the money. They don't want to take the time away from their screens. They want, I'm being careful of the terms I'm using. They want physical connection
Casual
with
connection.
with
Yes.
no ties, and they very much disrespect women. That's all they see women worth. And they like to dominate when they do have a relationship, and the best way to dominate is to keep somebody with no choices financially, beholden to you. And so you see it a lot in younger relationships because young men have been
I
indoctrinated.
found that so sad. Like it's the
Yeah.
opposite of progress
Well, we're going backwards.
in many ways and forward in other ways. But
Well,
I
I
would
had a
really,
conversation. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, no, go ahead. No, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I
No,
had a
no,
conversation with Sherry yesterday,
no.
and that was one of the things we talked about at length. It's interesting this would come
Oh,
out is that, we're not that old. And she and I both remember when we couldn't get a credit card,
yeah,
we couldn't get a bank account.
yeah.
Had I been so moved, I would not have been able to get a mortgage. You were
I know.
completely under the control of the men in your life. You had to get co-signatures, and
Yes.
they had access to the money in the bank. You couldn't have your own bank account as a woman.
I totally
And
get
young
that.
women don't realize that they're ceding their autonomy. They don't realize what they're doing when they give up those sorts of controls.
Yeah. So, anyways, I didn't want to put the whole show on that, but because it is
Glad you mentioned it. Yeah.
kind of, I wanted to kind of mention it for
Yeah.
awareness. So, we're looking at heroes and villains. So, let's start with who do you want to start with, Helen?
So we get the villains out of the way
Out
so
of
we
the
can end
way?
on a positive note. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I like that. So, go ahead with your choices.
Oh my God. So obviously, Mohammed bin Salman, the Saudi guy that was Trump's BFF, his new best friend, right? This man is a murderer. You know what his nickname is? Bonesaw. That's his nickname.
Bon.
Bonesaw. He's the one who ordered the murder of Khashoggi, the
Oh, yeah.
journalist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this reporter for the Washington Post, I believe, went to the embassy because he was getting married and he needed paperwork done. And it was prearranged that he was accosted inside the embassy by, I believe, 7 or 8 thugs, bully boys of this Mohammed bin Salman. He's the ruler of Saudi Arabia. And they killed him. They cut him up before he was dead. They used bone saws
Yeah.
on him. And nobody's denying it happened. Not even Trump anymore. Nobody's denying it happened, but don't judge.
Or don't ask, like the journalist asked in the Oval Office.
Oh, well, you never see Trump smile. Rarely see Trump smile. And when you see him smile, rarely, it doesn't go
All the
beyond
way.
here. It never goes into his eyes. It doesn't go into the muscles of his face. He smiles like a shark revealing its teeth. It's predatory. I've never seen such a display of dental work as happened in this meeting in the Oval Office the other day. A couple of sharks flashing their teeth at each other. It was chilling.
I agree. Maybe your other villain?
Well, I didn't write down on my paper what I actually gave you. I just gave it the nickname.
I saw that.
Pam Bondi, who basically Trump's got her on a leash, a chain around her neck. She'll do whatever he says.
Anything.
He says jump, she asks how high, right?
Remember her file, the Epstein file were on her desk, then they were not, then they were.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of stunning. It's fascinating to watch people look straight at a camera where millions of people are watching and lie. I mean, if I so much as get accused of lying, even if I'm telling the truth, I look guilty. Just if you accuse me, you tell me I'm lying, I get all red and hot and I start to sweat and I just don't know how they pull it off. I don't admire it, but it's fascinating. It's like watching some non-human creature that is made of ice that doesn't have, well, that's the issue, isn't it? They don't have the emotions. Yeah.
Interesting, you say made of ice. Ice.
Oh, pardon the pun.
Yes.
No kidding. Yeah.
Anyone else?
That's all I wrote down. I mean, I could go on all day. That's all I wrote
So
down.
let's read on what?
I don't know. How do you ask the cards? Was my grandmother right? If you lie down with dogs, you get up with fleas. I mean, how can Trump associate? I don't know which one of these two guys is worse. Who's going to rub off negatively on the other?
It's
Six of one,
he's
half a
in a
dozen of
pod,
the other.
yes. Because we don't know the point, I think it's on both sides. We only know what's out the surface.
Okay, let's
So,
ask this question and
yes.
tell me what you think. Why don't we ask the cards what will be the downfall of Pam Bondi?
Okay.
Doesn't that sound good? What did you get?
I'm still putting cards. Go ahead.
Well, she has secrets, something
Oh,
that she knows. She's a liar. She has secrets. She knows far more than she's willing to admit. And I thought that she won't go away. And I don't know
wow.
if that means she won't back down from her lies. I'm not quite sure. But she's going to have to defend herself, her
Yes.
position more and more and more. And then I got the Eight of Swords. Is this going to get her into such a tangle of lies that it's her own lies about her secret knowledge will defeat her in the end?
I got the Five of Swords, so she has to defend, like you said, defend herself. But interestingly, the lovers with the Emperor, a
Oh,
relationship. So
the
I feel like
Epstein
we could go,
files.
well, I was thinking of that. It could be answer A or answer B. Her downfall is Trump's downfall because she's attached to Trump. So Trump falls down, she falls down. I think we could look at it both ways.
Oh, I envision this beautiful view of a room full of dominoes and they all go
Yeah.
down one after another. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
maybe both are true. The Epstein files and Trump. And it's those, I think the question to the cards, what's her downfall, her secrets, and her connection with a man or men?
You lie down with dogs, you get up and
I
flee.
mean, yeah. All right. Well, you had only two villains, and I have four to make up of a usual three and three. The first one is ex-president of Brazil, Bolsonaro, who was sent to jail, and he had the bracelet, and he tried to remove.
Yeah, I know.
And then when they ask what happened, he said he didn't do it. It was hallucinations, that it was his mental capacity making him do things. Think how does he think we are like so stupid?
Yeah, yeah,
They would lie like the biggest lie ever.
yeah,
Well, he is in prison. He is in a
yeah.
jail. And it
I,
happened in
I,
Brazil, it happened in France. Ex-presidents are being sent to jail. No,
It,
it
I
takes
didn't see
time
this.
and efforts, but they did.
Did you see when Trump found out?
No.
I didn't see it. I was hoping you'd seen it. I guess he was on camera and he was telling reporters something good about Bolsonaro. He was going to meet with him, or he liked him, or he was going to reach out to him. And somebody whispered in his ear that he'd just been put back in jail. And he was like, oh, I didn't see it. So I'm sorry I missed it. But
That must have been really good.
yeah.
Second, Trump administration was stopped and resumed now sharing Medicaid data with ICE. There was supposed to be a wall.
I just did a video yesterday about data and surveillance, and everything about us is out there. Everything. And they're collecting it all. It's very much like the NKVD in Russia. Is that where they were during Stalin's time? The secret police who spied on everybody. People were terrified to talk at all to anybody ever. Everything about you was known. Now it's a whole other level of surveillance, and that's just a part of it.
Yeah, but that means people will be afraid to request their benefits, Medicaid, because they feel like if they request benefits, they might be deported for good reasons or not, since there's no due process.
I don't think you can get Medicaid if you're not a citizen. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think you can. I think it's like Social Security, Social Security benefits. You pay into it whether you're a citizen or not. If you work,
what if you have a green card?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm sure some people will tell us.
Oh, I'm sure we'll hear all about it. But I do think that people will be afraid to go to the doctor for certain things.
It's fascinating because in Europe, and I follow that closely, there are this benefit of reduced cost or free healthcare for people who are not necessarily citizens or even apply to be citizens or even don't have papers, actually. Because the idea is that would rather have those people, whether for good reasons or no good reasons, with or without papers, doesn't matter. They are people to start with. And then let's even forget that. If they are ill and if they have serious disease, those could spread to the populations who have papers. So it's in the people's best interest to prevent a pandemic or to prevent illnesses to spread. What's the cost of healing one person as opposed to a risk that it's spread to
that makes great sense.
people?
Yeah, look at for example tuberculosis.
Exactly. And that's why in Europe during the pandemic you were getting the vaccines whether you had papers or not.
The concept of legitimizing a human being with a piece of paper is anathema to morality. I just don't understand it.
And aside from the moral argument, the medical argument is that, well, yeah, you want, if they
Common
are,
sense.
if they are going to be for whatever reason, then you need to provide the health care.
You bring people come, however they get to where they are. They come from a war zone and they've experienced personal violence in a war zone. Like I'm thinking women, right? And they come to this country for whatever country for asylum.
Yeah.
But they don't have the paperwork. And therefore they're afraid or not able to access healthcare, mental health care. so they can have physical problems, but also emotional problems.
Mhm.
You might end up with somebody who's a larger problem for your society in
Yes.
the long run. Uh, a stitch in time saves nine. You
Yes.
take care of something, it's pragmatic. You take care of it before it gets really bad.
And that's why there's this whole topic, and we see that in the US, we see that in Europe, sadly, is that they want to change people who come for asylum, saying, well, yes, it's a right. Like you can't, even Trump can stop that. It's a right. But they say, well, yes, they can still apply, but they're going to apply from their country. Stay where you are and put an application in. It's so stupid. They want to leave because their life is in danger. So telling them to, oh, yeah, you have a gun up your head, but just put an application.
Yeah, there are many, many stories. I've
It's,
read some of them of women who have set their children on a loan or fled with them
yeah,
from places in Latin America and Central America where gang violence is such that they will come to these small villages and they'll grab the kids and get the kids involved in their like carrying drugs or whatever. And if you don't want your child to do that, they threaten you. If the child doesn't want to
yeah,
do it, they threaten them. And parents are desperate to get their children out of that environment. What are they supposed to wait for?
I know.
It's crazy.
Really good. The next one, villain, still on villains. Well, it's a mixed bag, but the COP30 that 200 countries gathered in
Right,
Brazil.
right. Why is this now a villain?
Well, because they were supposed to work together to put efforts to stop global warming,
Mm-hmm.
and the villains, which are the fossil fuel producing countries and the companies, they kind of stop the commitment from moving faster. So there was some progress, but little progress.
They're
It
so
was,
powerful.
and so basically, you could have it's a glass half full, half empty, where there was some progress, but just not enough. So I put that in the villain category. And then last but not least, completely different discussion. We haven't talked about her for a long time. Kyrsten Sinema. She used to be Democrat and then independent, and she didn't go for re-election. And then now she's been named representative of senior advisor and participating of a lobbying firm, Hogan Lovells. She's taken up the cause of psychedelic medicine, pro bono, she says. It's
Yeah,
full.
right.
She's full of it. This is, and so she pretends to be progressive, but she's not. She voted with the Republicans. And then now she's working for psychedelic medicine, which personally I'm for it, but it's very, very progressive. So where was she when were even things that were not even as progressive, and she wouldn't even vote for it? She's full of it, this person.
While she was senator, she spent more time in Europe than she did in the United States, kissing up to lobbyists. That's a fact. She made millions dealing with lobbyists while she was in Congress. So, what about this surprises you, Nate? This is more of the same BS from her.
Well,
She's
the
an
point is, like, I
opportunist.
rather deal with a Republican than ex-Republican, and you know who they are and what they do, and they hold up to their stuff, than someone who pretends to be progressive Democrat and actually does exactly the same thing.
She's not,
It's worse. In my book, it's worse.
yeah, but she's not fooling anybody anymore. We all know what
No.
she is. She's a
Well, yeah.
chameleon. She flows with the wind. She's an opportunist. To
I know.
Hades with
I
her.
know. All right. So, but I mean, like a really, really upsets me to see what she
I
gets.
see.
By the way, that's a whole different topic. I am for psychedelic medicine, but we're not going to talk about that first. No. Okay.
No.
So
You can't,
what
you know what? You can't talk about it on YouTube because
okay,
that's
well then
promoting substances and you can't do that. You can't talk about it.
you keep telling me every topic I
I
bring up,
know.
you keep telling me I can't talk about it. What is that?
These are not my rules. These
I
are
know.
I'm the one who's been in jail 4 times. Believe me, I know the whole code. I've got it memorized. I've had to take the test 4 times. Every time you get in trouble, you have to take a test proving you know what the rules are.
I know.
And after you pass the test, then you're on probation for 3 months. I've been on probation 25% of my time on YouTube.
But it's because, I mean, your topics are very controversial. Okay.
Oh my God.
What are we reading on?
I don't know.
Okay.
So
The
disgusting.
data, Medicaid data, the COP30, Bolsonaro or Kyrsten Sinema. What's gonna happen to Kyrsten Sinema? Okay, let's go.
Okay.
What's gonna happen to Kyrsten Sinema?
I know what cards I expect to see. Let's see if that happens.
What's gonna happen to Kyrsten Sinema? Kyrsten Sinema. What's gonna happen? You can't make that up. First card, the devil. Nine of Wands. She's gonna have some problems. This is not gonna be easy peasy for her. Eight of Wands. It's going forward, forward, forward. Two of Cups. This is the lobby stuff. But she's gonna have problems. She's gonna have some problems.
No, I don't know if it's as much she's going to have some problems or she is the problem.
I feel like she's gonna have to tell you with those cards. I think I'm not hoping that for that, but I think she's gonna have some health problems.
Oh, health problems. Oh, okay. Well, ego, toxic
Well,
ego,
yeah.
gigantic, enormous toxic ego, right? And a complete lack of insight or internal evaluation. What's the word I want? Total lack of it. She always has a new scheme, a new money making power type scheme up her sleeves. But I got she's going to run afoul of ethics.
Like an ethics problem?
I think that's what's going to stop her eventually, if she's stopped at all, which I'm not necessarily sure she is, because she doesn't care. You know, you have to have some shame. You have to have some fear of accountability to be stopped. And I don't think she has that. But I think she's going to run up against maybe she'll do something so outrageously against some regulation or
Yes.
code, you know, that what is that? I can't
The
see.
10 of Pentacles. I was thinking this card would show up. It's too
See,
much
so did
money.
I.
It's too
That's
much
what.
money. It's gonna be too much.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
much.
See, I remember I said I suspected I knew what cards might show up.
Yeah, what I was,
thought
but this,
Ten of
yes.
Pentacles, and I thought the Six of Pentacles.
Yeah, give and take. All right, moving on to heroes, and I'm continuing because I have the baton. Before you tell me I can talk about something. So, um, do you know who is Cameron McGowan Curries?
Can you say that again?
Cameron McGowan Curries?
What's the last word? Curies?
Yes.
No, I don't know who that is.
He is a senior United States District Judge and dismissed the Comey and the James cases, Leticia James cases. Dismissed.
Oh, that's the judge. Okay.
That's the judge.
Yeah.
And so we need to give credit for him to do this because, of course, those cases needed to be dismissed. There's nothing in those cases. That's all. The next one is Senator Elisa Slotkin.
Yeah.
She acknowledged Sunday she was receiving threat after branded seditious by Donald Trump, but said she was going to back off. Her statement, a statement addressed to the military. She told the military that you don't necessarily have to go with what Trump is telling. Your commitment, your oath is to the
Your oath.
Constitution.
Did
And
you
then
see? Did you see
she
the
was.
thing they did?
Did I see what?
Did you see what they did?
Well,
You didn't see the video that she was a part of.
no, I didn't
Okay.
see that.
So there were about, I'm sure my number's wrong, but maybe 5 or 6 people who were either politicians or they were all military or former or present intelligence, right? And what they made a video, like a public service announcement, apropos of really nothing. And what they said, and it was really well edited, it was to the point, succinct, to the point. And they came out and said, to remind, I'm not allowed to talk about this. Remind military people you took an oath to the Constitution and to defend the country and not to break the law. You do not have to follow an illegal order.
Yes.
And they are now getting ready to call back one of them, the guy that Mark Kelly, who was an astronaut in the military.
Yes. Yes.
They're going to call him back into the military so they can court-martial him.
Oh my gosh, I didn't see that. Well, it should definitely have been on their heroes list. Well, I just named Senator Elisa Slotkin, but she said she
was
wouldn't
one
back
of them.
up. Yeah, she wouldn't back up. So let's just take all of those who did that.
All of them.
Not to just bring her in. And then finally, Khanna is buckling down on his criticism of Chuck Schumer. He said a lot of positive things about him, but he said that a change of leadership is needed.
You
So,
think?
well, I think he had the courage to say that. So,
Yeah.
You okay, Helen?
I'm just heartbroken here. No, yeah, I just had you know how you get a tickle in the back of your throat and it just becomes a whole issue? Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
No. So what are we reading on? Well,
I think it's obvious.
The Khanna.
I know.
I think you want to read on the military stuff.
I'm afraid that they're facing retribution. I think these nasty, I'm using Trump's own words, these people, you know, in the administration can't handle the truth. And they're feeling threatened.
Let's do 2 quick reads. The military and then Chuck Schumer. Let's just go real quick. Start with the military. What's gonna happen to those people?
Trump said that they should be executed.
Yes, I saw that.
For God's sake. Unbelievable.
Oh my God. Justice.
Well, you
know,
justice depends on who you're talking to.
Well, yeah. But I just don't get a good feeling about it. 8 of Pentacles. They're trying to process against them.
Yeah.
Let's put another card. I just don't have a good feeling.
Man.
The Knight of Swords, they're gonna go after them. I feel like they're gonna try to go after them. Could be a military court.
Yeah. So I got the Page of Swords. I do think they're gonna attempt to go after them legally. I think they're going to have a very hard time. They're going to have to really defend themselves aggressively against this. But I want to show you what else I got, though. They are 100% in the right. They're in the right. They did the right
Yes, of
thing.
course, of
And
course.
well, yeah, but people with power don't agree. And then I got the Two of Cups. I think they're going to there'll be a backlash if they pursue taking these people to court. There's going to be absolute public outrage.
Outrage.
Yeah.
Uh, quick reading on Chuck Schumer. Is he gonna
Yeah.
say the leader, minority leader, Chuck Schumer?
Is he going to stay or leave? Is that the question?
Two of Sword, first card.
Big
There's a
choice.
real question.
Big choice.
Ace of Cups. I see new energies wanting to come through here. They're working on something behind the scenes. Five of Pentacles. I think he's gonna have to leave.
I think he will. I think he's going to make the choice to leave.
Yes.
I think it's like a sense of he's accomplished what he needs to accomplish. And personally, you can't squeeze a whole lot more out of it in the way of profit, personal profit from the job. I mean, I believe that's an element, and he's going to leave at the top of his, I want to say game.
Yes.
I guess it is a game.
At his peak. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Helen, now it's your turn for your heroes.
Okay. So just to begin with, I'm not a big fan of punk music. I don't like noise, and I'm not a fan of it.
I was seeing you like a metal, heavy metal type music.
Yeah, right. AC/DC. No, I'm more Broadway show tunes. But I would like to nominate as a hero a guy called Ken Casey. And he's the frontman, like the voice of a band called the Dropkick Murphys. And the Dropkick Murphys started out as a family group and friends from Boston. And they've been around for a really long time. They have kind of a niche following, but they have come forward as fearless advocates for democracy. They have been at all of these rallies, been on stage advocating for democracy, and they just they wrote a song called First Class Loser. And it's all about Trump, and it's absolutely hilarious. But they are advocating for building a resistance. They're trying to encourage other prominent musicians and people that their faces recognized to get them out there on the stage with them. Did you know there was a gigantic rally this weekend nationally? No. Did you know that? No, nobody knows about it because media did not advertise it. It was a resist, rise up, impeach, something like that. He and his group were in a music festival, I guess it would be, called Punk in the Park, where all these different punk bands were going to be performing. And when they found out, I think it must be Central Park, and when they found out that Trump donated money for it, they withdrew. They said, we want no part of your dirty money. We want nothing to do with you. And they're not afraid to confront MAGA. There was a guy in their audience, because it's punk, guy in the audience with a MAGA hat on. He stopped the concert and called him out.
Wow.
These people are fearless. They're Irish American, and they have that kind of in your face, fearless spirit. And I will put, I'll try to find the best version of it I can find. I'll put a link in my community post to them performing First Class Loser. It's great. It's really good. It's well written. The music's awful. I don't like that noisy yelling music, but the sympathy is good.
Of course. I think we're going back to Khashoggi's.
Khashoggi's widow has come out publicly and challenged Trump to reveal the documentation, the files of the conversation that was had with, well, as I wrote, the psycho who killed her husband. And what did Trump gain from that, from kissing up to this guy?
Yeah, something.
What?
I
Did they
don't know.
promise him a Trump Tower in Riyadh or something? I mean,
So you want to ask the cards?
yeah. What is Trump getting out of this bromance with Bonesaw? It's disgusting.
There's always something. What is Trump getting?
Oh, they're not friends because they both like to knit.
Well, they're in there together. The lovers, the Four of Wands, to me, that looks like a building, always.
What did I say?
Could be a tower, a building, a property.
It's
I'm
Trump
not getting
Towers.
that. Six of Cups, it's their relationship. The High Priestess is hidden. I feel like it's a property.
I think so too. I got the Ace of Coins. It's about a financial arrangement,
Yes,
for
for
sure,
sure.
right? And I got Justice reversed. You give me the opportunity to make money, and I won't pursue
Yes,
what you did.
exactly.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
As expected.
Yeah.
Well, that was quite fascinating this week, Helen. Thank you for being here with me.
Well, thank you for the opportunity
Well, of
to
course,
rant.
every week. And if you're watching this, you can comment down below of who your heroes and your villains were for the week. And then a little bit of an announcement that the magazine that I'm selling via the platform Blurb is giving away 25% off because of Black Friday. And so this is your opportunity between now and this Friday to get this 25% off. So I wanted to mention that for those of you who want to benefit from the opportunity. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.